Well, for our next recipe, I'm going to show you how to prepare chicken 2 ways. Let us begin. I buy very organic, pristine chicken. Now, this chicken I've cut into small medallions of pieces. The reason being, it cooks faster. You can cook it in a toaster oven broiler, or you can pop it into your oven on the broil, and then you don't have to even turn it over because it's so nice and thin. We're gonna put a little bit of olive oil into the pan that the chicken is gonna be cooking into, and let it spread around nicely. And then we're going to put in the chicken, and we'll just slide it in there. And then you're not gonna believe how fast and easy this is. We're going to use Dijon mustard that you'll get at your market. They also serve organic, I've seen, and I've purchased, and it's delicious. This is Dijon mustard, and you're gonna put another, I would say this is probably about, 2 tablespoons, and we're gonna throw it on each piece that simply, and then we're gonna spread it around the pieces. And this is a little trick that I do that you might like as well. When you take your fork and then you take your piece and you smear the underpart, which doesn't have the mustard on it, on some of the pieces that already have the mustard, see? And then you put your oven on broil or your toaster oven broiler, and you just shove it in. And you most likely are not going to have to turn these if you make them, thin enough and nice enough like I did. So I'm gonna put this in, and we'll let that cook for about 10 minutes. You can check it and see. You can even take one piece out and cut it in the middle. Chicken also needs to rest, so when it's done, let it sit because it keeps cooking. Now let's make the salad for one of the ways that we're gonna make the chicken. So we'll take this nice platter, we'll start with that, and we'll get some lovely greens. By the way, all of this is organic. It's really important. I mean, there's just no compromising here. You must eat organic fruits and vegetables because otherwise you're just asking for trouble. And this is all about living healthfully and reducing our risk of cancer. So get rid of all those pesticide-laden foods, and let's start getting into the organic stuff. So we've put this in, and we're going to put some raw vegetables into the salad. This adds crunch and makes it kind of delicious. I like it anyway. So right here we have prepared just, like cut up carrots, cut up celery, cut up fennel is delicious if you happen to like fennel, and I do. It has a little bit of a licorice taste, and it's really lovely and fresh and delicious. And the more crunchy roughage that you put in, the more you're gonna get filled up when you start eating it. So now I'm going to mix my special, what I call the house dressing. I offer it to all my guests at home. I invented it, and everybody seems to love it. So you can make it in a bowl, and that's the way I'm going to show it to you. So we're going to add some olive oil, because that's the base of the dressing, and this is just a lemon Dijon olive oil dressing. Very simple. Lemon juice is perfect, and it's healthy, and it's great. And now we're gonna add some Dijon mustard to this. I would say probably like a heaping tablespoon. We don't need it to be too mustardy, but you can always add more. Salt and pepper is really great in this too. Gives it a nice zing. And now we're just going to whisk it until it's all blended, and we have this beautiful dressing that, by the way, you can make larger amounts of this, and you could keep it in the refrigerator, and it's good, for days. And it's delicious on so many things, all kinds of salads, whatever, or even vegetables, or I like it as a dip for when I'm making artichokes and things. So now what I'm gonna do, you can mix this into your salad, and then, then it's already dressed, or you can put it on the side and let your guests help themselves. Now we're going to take the chicken out of the oven that's already cooked, and one of the ways we're going to show the chicken is over a beautiful green salad with raw vegetables. So let me just take this, And look how lovely this is. Of course, this wasn't cut into the medallions, but that's okay. But you get the idea. And then you just put the chicken onto the salad, and you know, you can cut it into slices, you can cut it into chunks, and serve it to your guests. It's really a lovely way to serve a salad for lunch or a light dinner, and it's healthy, and it's delicious, and it's satisfying. So that's one way to serve Fran's chicken. Let me put this over here. We're going to serve our chicken the second way with quinoa, and as you know, I love quinoa. I think that it's a great substitute for more fattening carbs and has that same taste to it. You make the quinoa according to package directions. You can substitute chicken broth or vegetable broth for water, and it has just an absolutely delicious taste, and it's crunchy and nutty. This happens to be red quinoa, and this is a very, you know, ancient food that they've been using for thousands of years. And then we're gonna put the chicken on the plate. A vegetable that I personally love is rapini. Now, rapini is very easy to cook. It's kind of like an Italian broccoli. It has a little bit of a spice to it, a little bit of a kick. If you prefer broccoli or Brussels sprouts or anything like that, you make it the way you like to make it. If you're interested in making rapini or broccolini, you would cut it up into small pieces, and you would take a regular skillet and you would put some olive oil into it with maybe a couple of cloves of garlic. Now, a hint about garlic, because I know a lot of people that can't digest garlic, is not to cut it up where you actually ingest the garlic. So you just kind of smash it a little bit and put the whole garlic into the olive oil so it flavors the olive oil. And then you can easily just scoop out the garlic. And people that have problems eating garlic have no problems eating olive oil that just has a flavor of garlic. So that's a good tip. And then you throw this into your pan, and you just let it saute. The way you like it is the perfect way to do it. And then you can put some seasoning on, some salt and pepper. Now, I want to show you how to make a delicious sauce. It's called mint pesto, and you use fresh mint, and what we do is we put the mint in. You can use a food processor, you can use this, which is the bullet, and you would add some olive oil. You're going to see a redundancy with some of these things because it's just so nice to cook this way. They say that the people that live in Tuscany tend to have the most healthy eating of any group of people on the planet. And they basically eat a lot of vegetables, a little bit of animal protein, and they take like the same 6 ingredients and make it a million different delicious ways. And you'll see how easy it is to do that too. You don't have to drive yourselves nuts. Once your family starts eating organic produce and foods, and it's cleanly prepared, they're going to thank you. So I put in some olive oil, some lemon juice, and some fresh mint. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Now, if you're on a salt-free diet, then don't worry about it. You don't have to put salt in. You, I'm sure, have found your own way of seasoning things. So you will enjoy this on anything. I sometimes use this as a salad dressing. You could put it on any kind of vegetables. You can use it as a dip for raw vegetables or cooked vegetables. And this is like a great dip for that, mint dip. So you see what it looks like over here? I'll put it back in here so you can see. But we have more of it that's already been prepared. See how beautiful that is? How gorgeous that is? And here I'm gonna put some on the quinoa because that'll just make it taste so delicious. And I can even put a little on my, my rapini. And now you have a fantastic dinner that's healthy and well-balanced and organic that everybody will enjoy. And this, my friends, is chicken 2 ways. Buon appetito.